The playoffs are in full swing as we welcome you to this postseason contest on EA Sports. Four quarters between one of these teams and a spot in the Super Bowl. The NFC Championship is underway. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. Let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. From the 32. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, 3rd down coming up.
Hey, Mr. Quarterback, that's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage was waiting for it. Thinking interception to be had. And incompletion still pretty good for the defense.
They'll throw on 3rd and long. He's got it over the middle. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. Catch is made, it's Jalen Hyatt. This play goes for 36. And the Giants will have a 1st down.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
Here's a give up the middle. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them 1st and goal.
Yeah, you want to get above 5 yards to carry? Well, put together runs like that. And I'll tell you what else a run like that does, Kate. That sets up the play action, right? When you really just gouge and gash a defense like that, the next time you run that action, they're going to be thinking running the ball could go right over their head.
1st down, and they go right back to it. Is in. Touchdown, New York. The Giants take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. For the offense, you gotta love it, Brock. Points to begin the game as he runs it in for an opening drive touchdown.
And you've got one very happy running back right over there on the sideline right now. These backs, they do feel the pressure to find the end zone every single week. It's not easy to do. But to do it this early and get out of the way, big time.
That one splits the uprights. And the Giants will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The Giants ready to kick this one away, and off we go once more. Returnable from the 1. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Cowboy 80. Here we go. Set go.
McCarthy throwing right away. That one's cut along the left sideline. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a pickup of 34 yards. And that's a Cardinals 1st down. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory.
Check smash.
Here's the first carry for Jonathan Taylor. Oh, what a stiff arm. He'll head out of bounds after a small gain. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
You know, so often we talk about speed offensively, right? We love receivers that can run. Well, that was a perfect example of how speed kills you defensively. A hurried throw, almost an interception. And that wasn't until after they almost brought him down behind the line for a sack. Speed's the difference.
Just got a hand up on that to break it up. And now they're staring at 4th and long. The Cardinals out for the punt. He put too much juice into that one. It lands in the end zone. We're bringing things out to the 20-yard line. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked up by Fred Warner.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
First down, ball at the 36.
19 Tiger. Street. Ready.
From the gun, Taylor. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Come on. Set.
McCarthy operating from the pistol. Roman Wilson reels it in. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you can take a lick at any time.
Here we go.
McCarthy throwing on 3rd down. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. Here's Jamie Gillen on again for the punt. Got 44 yards on his first kick, Brock, and this one looks to be longer. And not his best punt here. He drops it several yards into the end zone. That's going to lead to a touchback. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Let's go. 60 Eagles. Let's go.
Simple dive up the middle. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Christian Barmore with the play. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. Another carry for him. And he found some running room for a nice gain. A solid 8-yard gain there, and now they're going to have 3rd and 2.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
3rd and just 2 to go. He's got it on the bootleg. Really fired that one, but they couldn't connect. The tip definitely broke up that throw. And that brings up 4th and short.
I think we're seeing why this defense likes him in coverage. He reacts so well to throws and is even more adept at breaking up those passes.
The Giants are set to punt. And we'll see what kind of first impression he makes tonight. Picked up at the 38. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. Call that a punt of 47 yards. And it'll be Cardinals football. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42.
Set up. 60 Bison, 60 Bison.
They'll empty the backfield and motion him right.
Hut, hut.
Throwing on first, it's McCarthy. He gets it to Juwan Johnson. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 26-yard pickup there. And it'll be 1st down, Arizona.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry?
Back and ready now for the 2nd quarter. It's Cardinals football. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. They'll go play action here. It's McCarthy. Bails out of the pocket quick. Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you, you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. 18, Pioneer. Ready.
From the shotgun, McCarthy. He's on the move. Here's a deep shot. They connect on the deep shot. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Ready, ready. Ready, ready.
Taylor will not get past the line. He's held up at the 4.
Situational football. Looking at 1st and goal, these defenses know what's coming at them. More often than not, a run play. It really is better to throw the ball unless you've got a way to disguise the run, and there was no disguising on that one.
This one's a little touch pass forward to his man coming across. Touchdown, Arizona! McPherson on to try the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Cardinals tie this game 7-7. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. They're out and set. 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Throwing it to start this drive. Finds his man over the middle. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. That play good for 17 and a first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
They'll run here on first down. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5. Back carries here. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. That's good for 7 yards. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Going to the ground again on first. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Kate, don't think for a second this is time you step off the gas. You can feel this defense, right? They're on their heels. And now's the best chance to go push the envelope and get aggressive.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. To the well again. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice. Once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
They give it to him again. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Changing things up. They're going to throw now. Escapes the pocket. Oh, my. It's intercepted in the end zone. Trent McDuffie in to pick it off.
Not a lot of one-play swings bigger than that one right there. That throw looked destined for 6, and instead, well, it gets intercepted by the defense. The only way to get bigger is if he somehow returned it 100-plus yards for 6 the other way. But what a gigantic swing of emotion.
Taylor gets it to begin the drive. And he's able to get it to the 21 as he goes down. That tackle made by the rookie from Penn State.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
That brings us to the 2-minute warning at Glendale. It's the Cardinals, who have it 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, McCarthy. That's brought in. It's his back, Jonathan Taylor. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position by hitting on that shot. You've totally flipped the field, and and the tone of this drive. On these 1st and 10 calls, defenses are always keyed in that a run might be coming their way. And as soon as the QB turned to give the ball, the entire defense came crashing in to bury them for a loss.
He's got this complete to Dameon Pierce. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident the screen would get him enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
Here's McCarthy, 1st and 10. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. The Cardinals decided to use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. They really need some chunk yardage here on 2nd down. Another try following the sack. Brought in close to the 8. And in for the Arizona touchdown. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. First and 10, but only time left for maybe a couple of plays here. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And they don't connect there, so only 6 seconds remaining.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
Back to throw it. Oh no, they get him yet again. Picked off by Fred Warner. And the Cardinals do not get the return all the way back. That's going to bring us to the end of our first half. So we finished 2 quarters. A couple more to come after this short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports after this. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. The Hallis Trophy awaits one of these teams, partner. Just a half to go as we're off in the 3rd quarter. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this 2nd half. We've got a touchback. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. The tight end going in motion right. Taylor gets it on 1st and 10. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
That's got to be so frustrating for the run. If you're fighting the good fight, you even rip through a tackle to stay afloat, but the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Offense to the line for 2nd down.
Here we go, here we go. 60 by 6, 60 by 6. Go.
Taylor again. And he found some running room for a nice gain. That carry gets him 8, and there's another 8 to go now on 3rd down.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here.
Let's go. 18 rattle, 18 rattle. Ready?
Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. He has the first over the middle. And he's officially into enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. It's a gain of 29 yards. And that's a Cardinals first down. On play action now, McCarthy. Flushed out of the pocket. Did not like what he was seeing, Brock, and he just hurls this one away.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, man, you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. It's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throwaway.
Second down carry for Taylor. And they make the stop, we're going to say at about the 37-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it'll be first down, Arizona.
Ooh, I like that call. I really like it with those sticks. You can keep them on the sidelines, and you get more than enough to get the first down.
They go again with Taylor. And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
As a corner in this league, well, you can go to the Pro Bowl if you can cover. If you want to be an all-pro, you stick someone like that.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. They go play action here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
In a situation like this, you got to be a fixer. I mean, this game is hard, and you get into known passing situations, it gets even more difficult. But when you don't get rid of the ball and you take another sack, you make this 3rd down a near impossibility.
They're going to turn to Taylor on 3rd down. A lot of grass ahead. 3rd and 18 kills most drives, right? But they find an opening and hit it to pick up the first.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things coming out of broadcaster, my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
Shotgun, handoff to Taylor. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
First and goal, here's Taylor. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Perception and reality, Kate. The perception out there from the public is edge rushers are defined by their sacks. The reality in the locker room and in the huddle is you can be defined by your relentlessness. And his motor never stopped. Helped him track it down for a loss on the outside.
They put a receiver in motion here left. This time it's a passing play. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't.
Third and goal for McCarthy. He's on the move. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
You know, that's a situation. May have worked out better if he'd thrown the ball. His running ability gets him a chunk of yards, but still some work to do to get that first down.
A 19-yard attempt.
Butker knocks it through. And that'll push it to double digits in a two-possession game.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Taylor trying the left side. And he's officially into enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
The Cardinals decided to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as that'll leave them with just 2 to use the rest of the way. 1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield.
70 Lions. 19 Tiger. 19 Tiger. Lions. 3.
Here's a give up the middle. We'll have him gain about a handful there. Brought down by Fred Warner. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. The Giants using their 1st time out. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5.
Here we go. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. Riggs.
Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he works this to the 38 before going down. They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the 1st down that comes with it.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
60 Eagles. 60 Eagles. Jack, go.
1st down, and they go right back to him. Makes a cut to the right sideline. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And the Giants will have a 1st down. carry for him. And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Now on 2nd and 10. Oh, he lost the football! And the Cardinals grab it! And they stop him before he gets much on the return. Look, you know I'm always trying to be positive, partner. You take away the ending, it was a great drive. Everything they were hoping for, but all that work and effort, it's gone.
And all the people are going to remember is that ending, Kate. That's all that unfortunately matters for this offense.
Check that. Street, go!
A give left side to Taylor. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Timeout called, and that's going to be the 2nd for New York. And with another one gone, they're going to have just one remaining this game. All right, here we go. 2nd down.
Go! 60 bison, 60 bison. Ready?
From the gun, Taylor. And this one only gets up to about the 5-yard line. It's only a gain of 1. Back-to-back misfires on the ground, and they're facing 3rd and long.
As an offense in these situations, Kate, you could feel your own goal line, and you're not going to risk putting the ball in the air. So that means you're going to run it, and you're going to buy whatever breathing room you can.
3rd and long for him here. That's caught for the 1st. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. He picks up 28 on the play. And that's a Cardinals 1st down.
Here we go, set! Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Go check, hook!
A run here with Taylor. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
Running right, this is Taylor. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. A 4-yard pickup, and they're just inches shy as we reach 3rd down.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to 1st down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on a 3rd and short.
Now a toss play, Taylor. And he'll get it up to the 44. A 1-yard gain on the play. And it'll be 1st down, Arizona.
Yeah, you'd sure love to see a little more yardage when you get into the open field, but this offense, it will take a new set of downs with that toss run.
Motioning one of the tight ends. Taylor now, up the middle. Fought off a tackle, but he lost the football! And it's picked out by the Giants! And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover. So just like all touchdowns, all turnovers also reviewed, and they want to take another look at this one. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
Come on, set!
On the carry, here's Dameon Pierce. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. He musters up 3 yards on the run. That sets up 3rd and 4.
Unlock Lion! Here we go!
It's the 2-minute warning from Glendale. Cardinals holding a 10-point lead. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4.
Let's go. Bring it. Hut, hut.
Straight ahead with Taylor. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. 4 yards there, but just can't get him in. It's 4th and goal from the 1.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign, well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
Fourth down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And they'll be backed up to begin this drive. Great work by the punt team, downing it at the 7. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Go.
Throwing off the play fake here. Trying to push it deep downfield. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. Big gain downfield. And he flips the field for them before being taken down. Play action on 1st down. Completed to his running back. And he takes it across the 30 before heading out.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. On 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
2nd and 4. Complete to Hyatt. And he's going to go out of bounds just short of that red zone. Give him 8 yards on the play. And it's good enough for a New York 1st down. Throwing it again here. Trying to push it deep downfield. Oh, we put way too much on that one, Brock. Over the end zone and out. Took his shot at 6 that time. So 2nd down coming up.
Well, you got to have a short memory in the NFL. Incompletions happen. Now you got to make the adjustment and go get the next one.
Second and 10 now. That one is incomplete, and the clock stops with 18 seconds to go.
That's a nice job there by the linebacker. He kind of looks like a cornerback on that, doesn't he? Perhaps those cover guys are going to have a little fun with him in practice this week, because he looked like a DB right there, swatting the incompletion.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. To throw. Throw left side, complete. And even 20 yards on the play, and it awards them with a 1st and goal.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. So the Cardinals fight to a win here at home. And one last huge step has been taken, partner, as they claim that George Halas Trophy as NFC champion.